Hello, everyone. Fix this just a little bit so I can see that I'm in the middle of the shot. So I think there's about a 12 to 13 second delay right now. Probably all the people using Zoom for conference calls and talking to their families and whatnot. So that's fun. My kids are they started school again this week. Of course, not in school, but school at home. So they are using Zoom for their conference calls. And so it's kind of funny. I was able to help them figure out how to use it. So yay me, because I happen to have a Zoom account and I do use it fairly frequently to do some brainstorming with some other friends of mine as far as, projects and online classes and whatnot. So it's a pretty cool platform. And I actually, I'm going to get with my brother and see if he would like to join me and get my dad in there so that the three of us, of course, we live in 3 different areas of the country, that we would be able to chit chat with my dad since we can't go visit him. Normally, my dad lives about 2 hours north of me, and normally I would head up there, I don't know, when my mom was really sick, I was up there like every other week. Then, towards the end, every week, of course. And so I really haven't seen my dad since the beginning of January, or not January. Yeah, I guess January. I've only been up there like twice. And now with this going on, I can't go see him at all. So, I thought that Zoom conferencing would be pretty fun because we could all just be on there together and we could see each other and we could hear each other. And I could get my kids on there and my husband. And so I just thought that'd be kind of fun. So Zoom is a really cool thing. What else is going on around the Mulliken household? My husband is still working. Again, he's in law enforcement. So, kind of like, doctors and firemen and those kind of people, he won't ever, not have a job during this unless, of course, he gets ill, which let's hope that he doesn't. So, he is still working his regular shifts. So I'm very thankful for that he is able to work. So I see a few of you are on here. I see Vicky's on here and Teresa's on here. Thank you, girls, for joining me. I appreciate it very much. I hope things are going okay for you guys wherever you are. I don't think we're under, I don't think the governor has issued a stay-at-home order per se here, but I mean, everything's closed. So why would you go out? There's nothing to do. They just closed the parks today. You can't go into the parks. You can't use the park. Kids can't play on the playground equipment, which, I mean, I get it, but it's really a bummer because what do kids do? You know what I mean? It's just, the whole thing is just such a problem. But anywho, so, we have been making a lot of meals here. My daughter's actually even been looking on TikTok. I guess it's some sort of social media platform for dancing, or I don't even really know what it is. But both of my kids have found meals on TikTok. Hello, Debbie, and yes, Teresa, it is a very strange time. So my son found this really interesting breakfast sandwich where you mix up an egg in whatever, some kind of a container, and then you dip your bread in. You dip 2 pieces of bread into the egg and you flip them into your skillet so they're like bumped up against each other. And I think you flip them right away so that both sides get kind of seared or whatever, and then you let it cook for a little bit while you're adding your cheese and your bacon, whatever else you're going to put on there. And then you let it cook on that one side for a while, and then you sort of flip the 2 pieces together so they're on top of each other, and then you cook it some more. Is that right? I don't really know. It's something like that. Anyways, he's made it a few times. It's actually pretty good. And then my daughter found a white macaroni and cheese recipe that she made for us earlier in the week. I think it was earlier this week. I can't even, I've been home for so long, like the rest of you. I don't know what day is what day. They're all the same to me. So anyway, yeah, it's been good times. I just wanted to check and make sure that I am live on my right page, because all of a sudden I see some people popping on here, like my sister-in-law Tammy, who I don't know has ever watched me before. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I live on the wrong page? But it does appear that I'm on the right one. So hi Tammy, how's it going? If any of you guys follow me on Facebook, on my personal page, I make my own baked potato soup, and I do use an onion in my potato soup. And yesterday I had an onion left over from the last time I made it, which apparently was quite a while ago, because when I looked in the fridge to get my onion out yesterday, It was really fuzzy. It looked like a cotton ball was in my fridge on the sides, and then on the bottom it was like black. I threw the container away that it was in because I just thought I can't even clean it. I can't. So yeah, that's what happens when you stay home. You find fuzzy onions in your fridge. Woohoo! So, oh, Evelyn's telling me it's snowing in Vermont. Evelyn, we had like 6 inches of snow here last night. Crazy, crazy, crazy thing on April 1st. Who else is here? Suze is here. Denise is here. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Linda, Tina. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you guys are here. I have some really cute projects for you. Thursday is the day that I pretty much spend the entire day working on what I'm going to make for you guys tonight. And that's what I've been doing. I've been working all day on things. And I do want to give away a prize because last week, you know, every week that I'm on, I ask you guys to share the video, give me comments, you know, ask me questions, just, you know, tell me you like what I'm making, tell me it stinks, whatever, you know, it's all fun. But then I choose somebody and I set a prize. Well, I've been sending out some online classes and I happen to look, I have a bunch of items in my other room. I have a lot of things, let's just say that. So anyways, I found this Memories and More card pack. It's brand new. And it's the tea room. And so I'm going to send this out to, and I just scrolled through my comments right before I went live on my computer. And Teresa Blue was somebody who was commenting last week. I just kind of was scrolling through and I just tapped my screen and there was Teresa's name. So Teresa Blue, please message me on Facebook here, or send me an email, barb@barbstamps.com, and give me your address, and I will send this Memories and More card pack out to you. So congratulations to Teresa. What else has been going on? I mean, really, honestly, what are any of us doing? I've been stamping. That's what I've been doing a lot of. So I guess, honestly, my own personal self, my personal life hasn't really changed all that much. And I feel kind of bad saying that, but you know, I work from home. I sell Stampin' Up! Products over the internet. I mean, I do have classes here in my home, which of course have been canceled. So that has affected me a little bit. But as far as, you know, my daily routine, you know, I get up, I come into my office and I start stamping or making a blog post or recording a video or whatever the case may be, you know, and then at lunchtime I go have some lunch. I wake up my husband if he's on the night shift. And then I come back down here and I work some more, and then we have dinner, and maybe I'll work some more depending on what's going on, or I'll, you know, maybe watch a movie with my kids or something. But anyway, so I mean, really for me personally, except of course, you know, there's all this freaky stuff going on and we're all concerned, but I mean, really my life really hasn't changed all that much. So I live in my pajamas all day, every day. So let's have a show of hands. Who does that? Who would like to do that? Well, now's your chance. So we can all sit in our pajamas all day long. Yeah, even my kids, like, they're having their Zoom calls in school, so they have their pajama bottoms on, and then they have like a shirt, a decent shirt on. So it's just kind of funny. Anyway, we do have a brand new suite of products that went live yesterday. That's going to be in our new annual catalog, so that is super exciting. Ooh, I see Tara's here and Mary Ellen. Who else is here? We have Jean and Sandy. Hello, Sandy. Carolyn, Sharon, Kathy. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Carolyn would love to live in her PJs, and I do. It's actually kind of embarrassing. My family calls them my house clothes. And so if I come, you know, if I start walking around the house in like regular clothing, they're all like, where are you going? Because obviously I'm leaving the house if I'm not in my pajamas. So it's just kind of a funny joke we have around here. Hello, Roberta. So we have a new suite of products, and I think actually I probably should just flip the camera because the other, I mean, this selfie mode, I don't think it's the best quality, so it's really hard to show you guys things. Plus, everything's backwards. So if I've tried to show you a name of a stamp set or some sentiments or whatever, then it's all backwards, and nobody wants to see backwards stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera down, and we'll take a look at this fun stuff, and then we'll start making some projects. And I, yes, have my pajama bottoms on. So I have a decent shirt on, but I do have my pajama bottoms on. So hee. And my slippers. But in my defense, it's really cold down here in my stamp room, so I have to have slippers on and long pants because otherwise I'd freeze to death. So, oh, the first thing I want to show you guys is an adorable little card that I got from one of my team members, Barbara. Barbara sends me cards all the time. Barbara, thank you so much. I love getting mail from you. And this is Barbara's Easter card. It's also a bit of a fancy fold card because my Stamp It Up demonstrator team, we're called the Wheel Ink On It Stampers, and we have our monthly challenge is to create fun. It was Barbara's addition to the contest, and so yeah, isn't that adorable? I know, it's just so stinking cute, and that bunny rabbit, and then our dies and everything. So yay! So thank you, Barbara. Okay, here, this is like the flyer. I think you can get that's on my blog. Did I put this on my blog? Oh, geez, Louise. I'm not even sure if I did. So let's just say I did. And if I didn't, I'm going to run to my blog when I'm done here and I'm going to get it up there. So it's a full suite of products. It's actually like what we call a mega suite because it's got 2 bundles and then some designer series paper, some ribbon, some gilded gems, and an embossing folder. So it's called kind of like a mega suite. They're calling this the Ornate Garden Suite Collection. That is the proper name of it. So anyway, ooh, hello, Kathy and Carol. So nice to see you girls here. Oh, that's kind of handy. I just wanted to see myself on my iPad, and I just made it gigantic. So now I got gigantic hands looking at myself. Anywho, so here is the designer series paper. And oh, look at that. I'm sure you guys can see it. Some of these shimmer on 4 of these pieces. This has gold accents. Isn't that amazing? So we've got a mint macaron pattern with some gold accent, a old olive with the gold, and then 2 different white patterns, one with a teeny tiny flower and then one with a bit larger flower. And these 2 are really cool because you can color these papers using our Stampin' Blends, using a sponge brayer, sponge dauber, or just a sponge, and they take color really, really nicely. And then here are the rest of the patterns. So each sheet, so this is like one sheet double-sided, this is a double-sided sheet, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then the coordinating colors for this product suite, I have the coordinated colors. One of them is Bumblebee. Bumblebee, you might ask yourself. That's what I asked myself. Bumblebee is apparently one of our new in colors coming out with our new catalog, which will be out in June. So I don't have that color, obviously. So my best guess by looking at the yellows in the paper is that it's going to be kind of a cross or somewhere in between the So Saffron and Crushed Curry. That's my guess. And these do look pretty good with, so if you have these 2 colors and you get this paper, these 2 colors are pretty good. We also have Early Espresso, Mint Macaron, Old Olive, Terracotta Tile, and Whisper White. That are the coordinating colors for this paper. So it is so pretty. Of all the things in this suite, I just really think the paper is like, well, the dies are really amazing too. So I really can't say that the paper is the most amazing thing, but the paper is amazing. So just keep that in mind. And also, if you are one of my customers and you purchase this entire collection from me, and I realize it's a bit spendy, but I'm going to give you my online class that I'm working on right now for this bundle of this suite of products. I'm going to give you my online class plus the pre-cut cardstock kit. So that's a $40 value. Plus I have a 20-page tutorial, 20 project tutorial using these items that are not in my online class. That is another bonus that I will send you. If you do purchase this from me, that's what you will get for free. And if you do purchase this, I highly recommend adding like a package of gold foil sheets and then maybe something else that's around, I think maybe $7 or $8, because then you're at host benefits and then you can get $15 for free. So it's like you purchase this, add 15, get 15 free. So it's a wash, but you're getting a whole bunch more stuff. So anyways, that's my recommendation. Let me get a couple more things out here. We do have 2 sets of dies and they coordinate with these stamp sets. So we have the Ornate Style that coordinates with the Ornate Layers die and the Ornate Thanks that coordinates with the Ornate Borders dies. We also have these little goodies called Gilded Gems, which are really cool. So they're like, I don't know what you call that when something is faceted, I guess is what that is. So they're really cool. There's 3 different sizes. You get 30 of each size in the package. So that's a pretty good deal. Then, like I said, you have the Ornate Style stamp set, which I just did a video on a really cool card using that. I'm going to find it for you guys. It's called the Spotlighting Technique, and I just did a video yesterday. I posted it on my blog today, showing you how to do the spotlighting technique. And this particular image is perfect for this technique. So, yeah, if you get that, there's another card idea that I'm going to give you for this suite of products. So let's see. My online class has 8 cards plus a boxed set of 4 cards. So that's 12 cards and a box. And then I'm giving you a 20-page tutorial. So that's another 20. So that's 32 projects. This makes 33. I've got a couple today, so 34, 35. I mean, I've just got tons, and I'm going to obviously be making more throughout the month. So yes, so stay tuned for more fun projects with this amazing group of stuff. Anyways, stamp set, coordinating dies. These dies are the coolest. So we start out with the largest one. It's just about the size of a card front. This is giving me a glare. I don't want you guys to have a glare. So this is about the size of a card front, and there's a really fun dotted detail all the way around here. The next one that I have here is this fun kind of, I don't know, it's got these cute little daisies and this kind of scrolly stuff, and then all these little polka dots. I mean, it's so detailed, but it's really amazing. And I really haven't had any trouble getting the dots out of here, and I'm going to show you how I do it with one of the cards, so stay tuned. Then we have this kind of skinny dotted. You can see all these cute little dots all the way around that. That's super cute. Then we have this one. That's another one with the little bit daisies on the edge, and that one can set right in there. So these are really like stackable, layerable, as well as you being able to use them individually. Hello, Carol. Thanks for sharing the video. Yes, people, please share the video. That helps me out so much, being as this is my job. And I'm very blessed to be able to still have a job and be able to still do this job. So I would appreciate you helping me out if you could share the video, and I would really, of course, appreciate if you could order something from me if you need anything. Anywho, here is the next piece. This is just a stitched rectangle strip, and that will fit right in there if you decide to use it like that. You can also use it by itself. Then we have this little guy that's that's I guess the same as this layer, but just smaller, which is super cute. And then we have these two little guys. So this one, I'm going to flip this over, puts in just, you could put that anywhere on your card. I just think that is so, so cute. And then we have this little guy here. This is a die, one of the dies also. This will actually fit if you wanted to crop out the center of this piece here. That'll fit right in there, so you can do that. And then here's a piece of cardstock where I actually cut it twice, just one right after the other. So very, very cool die set here. Okay, so I'm going to put that away, and then I'm going to pull out the other set. So then the other set is the Ornate Thanks stamp set, which is just a ton of ways to say thank you, which I find really kind of a thing we need right now. There's so many things we can be thankful for. So many people that are, putting their lives in the line every day for the rest of us so that we can stay home and hopefully stay safe. So I think it's a great time. And the font, I'm loving the font on this too. So yeah, another little bonus. Now this particular set of dies, the Ornate Borders, is super cute again. So here's one of them. This actually coordinates with the, what did I do with it? I guess I should have left these layering pieces out because they really coordinate really nicely. So this coordinates, you can see it's basically the same kind of die. So that coordinates with that, really fun. And here's that little one again. I just decided to throw that in there because I just thought it looked really cute. And then we have this one. So it cuts this on the edge of your card. And then these little pieces, you would normally think you just pop them out and toss them in the trash, but don't, because they're fun little foliage pieces. And they can be used to tuck behind a sentiment, or you could cut this in 2 different colors, and I could plop these terracotta tiles in there just for like some contrast. So yeah, definitely keep those little guys. Then we have this fun little strip here that can go on the edge of a card. Then we have this one here that's also for an edge, but there's a bonus die in the set that you actually put right here, and then you can cut the whole thing out. And then you could just use that anywhere on your card that you want. So they're so versatile. And then we have this long die here. That's another one. And then we have these 3 little flowers. And 3 of these little flowers, they will sit right in here really nicely. Apparently, I contacted Stampin' Up! And asked them. I couldn't get any of the flowers to fit in here. Why? I don't have any idea. So I contacted them and I said, heck, what's going on? I can get all these lined up perfectly. I can't get one in here. Well, it's an accident. They didn't intend for these to fit here. It was what I was told. So it's a little bonus, and you're welcome. I figured it out. So this is how they fit in there. And then this one, I guess you could just cut it off and use it like that. Or you could just turn them all so that they didn't look like they fit, and then put one here that didn't look like it fits, and then it would work just great too. So anyways, those are those dies. So fun. And let me put these away so I don't get anything lost. Then the last thing we have in the suite is this Ornate Floral embossing folder. and it's one of our 3Ds, and I hope you guys can see the really adorable texture. The flowers are so dainty and tiny with their little foliage, and it is so, so cute. So, hey, Kathy, thanks. I appreciate that. The dies are amazing. Just want you to know that. And so there's this. And so all of that stuff. Oh, there's ribbon too. Gosh, I almost forgot about that. Where is my ribbon? Oh, here we go. It's a ribbon combo pack, and it's terracotta tile and old olive. Come on. Terracotta tile and old olive. And I don't know what kind of ribbon this is, but it is really, really nice. It's a little bit shimmery, a little bit shiny, and it ties so nicely. Yes, Roberta, I tried every flower, every way possible to go in that spot, and it would not fit. And Stampin' Up! Assured me that it was an accident, and it was not supposed to, the flowers were not supposed to fit. They weren't designed that way. Everything. And nothing. It doesn't work. Okay, so there's the ribbon, and it's really great for tying, and yeah. Okay, so let me move these items out of the way so that we can bring in our first project, which of course is going to use the Ornate Garden collection. Which one do I want to show you first? We're going to go, this one. All right, now of course, every card that I'm going to make isn't going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to use every product on every card. So we're just going to kind of, you know, as we go along throughout the month, we're going to kind of pick and choose what we're going to use. So this is what I need for this card. I'm also going to use the large floral image because I tell you guys, I love this thing. I just cannot use this enough. It's so pretty. Okay, and we will also need the sentiment set. Here's my sentiment. And oh, I should tell you that the Ornate Style stamp set is a clear mount foam. So you would mount it on a clear block. I don't know why they call it that, but it's rubber on foam. Okay. And then the sentiment set is photopolymer. So you can actually see through it so you can see where you're placing it. We're going to use a lovely lipstick and some lovely lipstick ribbon. And speaking of lovely lipstick, it's one of our 2018-2020 in colors, and it's going to be leaving us at the end of this catalog cycle. So I think it's like June 2nd when the catalog ends. And at that point, you won't be able to get lovely lipstick, pineapple punch, call me clover, blueberry bushel, or grapefruit grove items any longer. So if you have some cash laying around and you have any of these ink pads, I highly, highly recommend getting ink refills now, because eventually Stampin' Up's going to come out with a retirement list a little bit later on this month, and the minute they do that, some of these things are going to sell out. The cardstock, some of cardstock's going to sell out, and some ink refills are going to sell out. It seems like it happens every single year, and I don't want you to be stuck with an ink pad and no refill. So if you have an ink pad, definitely get a refill. If you love the color, get some extra cardstock too. And then if you really love the color, you know, we've got other accessories to go with them. So there you go. Okay. Enough of me blabbing. Blah, 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 blah. You know me, I could literally talk for hours. Okay, so we're starting out with a Blushing Bride card base. And then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer of lovely lipstick. I can't remember. Hold please. It is 5 1/4 by 3 5/8. And then I did cut this random strip of lovely lipstick with this cute little border die, and I want to show you how I get all the bits out of these dies. So I've got to take your pick tool here, and if I just take out the putty end, we have a little brush attachment that you can buy that you can stick in to this. So what I do is I leave my die, the paper in the die, and then I just run my brush. Well, we'll just stick it right back on because it'll work. And then I just run my brush over to get the bits out. Okay? Because you can be rough and very aggressive. Ooh, hello, that's way too aggressive. I just knocked my camera. You can be really aggressive when you have the die in there to get the bits out. Okay? The minute you take the die off, you need to be a little bit more careful because you don't want to tear the delicate edges on the die, on the paper, okay? So, but then of course, it does make a gigantic mess. Normally what I do, I don't have it here because my die cutting machine is on the other side of my room, but normally what I do is I have a box, it's actually a paper pumpkin box, and I keep all my bits in there. I brush all my bits into the box, and then I just throw the box in the trash when it's time to throw it in the trash. So now I've got this other die that I did, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'll put the die back on the paper, and then I'll just go around with my brush, getting all the bits out. And again, like I said, you can be pretty aggressive with this because you're only touching the die. You're not ruining the paper. And so you can be pretty aggressive to get all those little bits out of there. And I find that that's the one thing that sometimes can irk me about really detailed dies like this, is trying to get all the bits out. But if you do it like I showed you, then it's not as difficult to get the bits out. Now, of course, I maybe could have been a bit more aggressive. I've got these tiny little guys that didn't want to come out, but the other end of my Take Your Pick tool has a little poker on it. And so I can just go right through and poke out all those little bits that didn't come off. Okay, so there's a little tip for you. I'm full of it. Tips, that is. And that's super funny. No, usually I'm not that funny. Okay, so I'm going to put that back together. I'm going to scoop all these bits out of here into my garbage can. Okay, there we go. All right, so then I have the die cut rectangle piece that has the stitching on it, and that is going to go onto this piece that measures, hold please, I should have wrote it down. This measures 1 1/16. I think it's 4 1/16. Yep, 1 1/16 and 4 1/16. And your little rectangle piece, you can layer that really nicely. And then I'm going to put that on here. Doesn't that look so cool? I know it really does. Okay, so let me bring my glue in here. I'm going to run some glue along the edge. This is my inside layer. Okay, and I got a little crazy with the glue, so hold on. I'm going to bring in a silicone mat so that if I have excess glue, I'm not going to get it everywhere. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up. What I'm actually looking at here is I'm just trying to line it up so that my entire line of white is just right above those little dots. Okay, so we've got that. I need to grab some scissors, and I will do that. Snip off the excess because I don't need it. There we go. Okay, so that's going to go on the inside of the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. I almost put the glue on the wrong side. I'm sure none of you would be surprised because Barb does silly things like that all the time. How would I have saved that? Ugh, I don't really know. Is that about how I want it? I think. It seems like it's a little... Okay. So there's the inside. Next, I'm going to do a little stamping with my favorite gigantic image that I love so much. So I have a scrap paper here because I'm actually going to go off. I might go off the page a little bit. Okay, so I have a lovely lipstick ink here, and of course there's some of those little paper bits. So I'm just going to ink this up. And when I have a large stamp like this, I like to just lay it on my table, rubber side up, and then stamp it that way. Okay, so I am just going to stamp this once on that side, turn it around, and then we will stamp it on this other side. And about like so. All right, and so I do have some spaces where, you know, if you want to ink that up, you know, that corner leaf, you can get that in there. Or maybe this little edge right here could come in if you think you need it. Sometimes I like things to be a little random, sometimes I don't. It just depends on my mood. That die would be awesome with the scallop cards. Ooh, Kathy, yes it would. Brilliant plan. Okay, so we've got that. Now I've got my, oh, I need to have it on the dark piece though. I've got my sentiment, so I'm going to ink up my thank you. Since it's photopolymer, I can see through it. But I like to have something dark behind my white layer since my other paper here is white. It just makes it easier for me to see where I'm stamping. And anything I can do to make it easier for me to see, I'm going to do it because I can't see that great. Okay. So if you're just joining me, please share my video. Please leave me some comments to let me know you're here. If you have any questions about anything I'm doing or anything I've showed you, please go ahead and ask me. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm trying to, watch the comments go by as well as, watch what I'm doing. So if I miss your comment, I will try, or your question, I will try to go back later and scroll through and answer it. Okay, there we have that. Press that down, and then I'm going to add this to my Blushing Bride layer with some pink. And Marilyn said she shared it. Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate that very, very much. Every little bit helps. I love that bold. Thank you. Gosh, Pam, so do I. I hear somebody stomping around upstairs. I wonder who that is. Do they not know that I'm trying to be Facebook Live right now? Seriously. Okay, that's what happens when you have, children home. I'm sure lots of you can relate to that. Okay, even if they're older. All right, so this is going to go on our main card base here. And let's try to get that centered on there right. Try to get it right. Is that right? No, I'm not liking it yet. Okay, I think that'll work. Then we're going to add this right across the middle. So I'm going to add some glue here. How much is the suite? It's $136.75, Carol. And you get, the 2 bundles. And of course, when you order the bundles, there's a 10% discount. And so that 10% discount is reflected in the suite price and the paper and everything else. It's super fun. And then of course you get all the goods from me for ordering the suite from me. Okay, is that straight? Oh, I tell you guys, my eyeballs are the flipping worst. Okay, then I need a bow. And I thought I already tied it. Oh, here it is. So I'll just kind of show you how I tie a bow in case any of you are wondering. I see Jerry is now on here with us. Hello, Jerry. Welcome. How are things in Washington? So I just make 2 bunny ears, and then I cross them and pull them through, and then I just pull them tight and manipulate them that way. Okay, so I've already got that done. As good as I want, I think. And then I'm going to get a glue dot. Press that onto the glue dot, and I'm just going to set that right down here in the corner. I need some scissors to trim off the ends. And then I have a dilemma. Okay, you guys. Oh, I need to get my chamois so I don't end up touching that. I can't decide what embellishment I want, and I've got a bunch here. So I happen to have these glitter dots that have some lovely lipstick items in there. I have some clear hearts, which I thought might be kind of fun if I just stuck some clear hearts on there. I don't know. I have these little enamel dots that are lovely lipstick in color. And then I have these, well, they're supposed to be petal pink, but I think they do look pretty good with the Blushing Bride. So I'm not sure what I want to do. So let's just, I'm kind of leaning towards these because who doesn't love a glitter dot, right? Ooh, Cheryl said she thought she was the only one that tied a bow that way. No, Cheryl, I do too. Great minds, right? I know. Okay, so, well, maybe I can just use my finger now. Well, maybe I'll do this. So I'm not sure if I can get underneath that. I don't know. Is that even going to show up? Oh, well, not if I don't stick it down. It isn't. Okay. Is that even going to work? Is anybody going to get this card and go, oh my gosh, look at that amazing bling? Or are they going to not be able to see it because it's the same color? I don't know. I do kind of like that though, but well, that's the same thing. Here's those clear hearts. You can't go wrong with glitter. Tammy, I was thinking that same thing because these aren't glitter. They're just plain. And so if I throw it on there, no, not a fan of that. Oh my, do not get stuck on there. Okay, it didn't. So I'm thinking the clear hearts are out of the question. I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it with these dots because I like them and I think they're amazing. So I do need to add something to the inside though. I think I want to add another sentiment from this set. And I have some already on some blocks. This one says, oh my gosh, it's upside down. I think it says you made my day. The key word there being, I think that's what it says. I need to find my stamp cleaner. Here we go. Okay, what is this? Oh, you know what? I don't think I cleaned this stamp cleaner pad off before I went live, so it probably is dirty from all the stamping I was doing today. Okay, so it would go like this. You made my day. Okay, let's just see how well we can stamp this. Okay, you made my day. If we just stick it like this, perhaps. It's not big enough to really make, you know what, there's this tiny little flower that comes in this one set, in the Ornate Style set. Okay, let's hope I don't screw this up by adding a couple of these little flowers. I don't know. But it's already done, so now I have to go with it. Hello, Janet. I am so glad to see that you're in California. Janet is one of those people who got stuck on a cruise ship for quite a while. She was over, I think, near Fiji, clear over there. Then they were trying to come back. They couldn't stop in any ports. Hawaii wouldn't allow them to get off. So they ended up having to go to California, where I believe, if I remember Janet right, they had to sit on the ship after they docked, and they could not leave the ship until their plane was about ready to take off. So then they would shuttle them from the ship to the airport. They'd go through the airport, which was deserted, I believe, get on the plane and get out of there. So thankfully, you're back in California, Janet. Okay, so there's our first card, but I also have a couple other cards that I did the exact same way, just using different colors, because I'm really a big fan of making, you know, the same card using different colors. I think it's really fun. So here's one I used. I did petal pink and terracotta tile, and then my layer underneath the terracotta tile is Calypso Coral, and then petal pink this, Calypso Coral that, the terracotta tile ribbon that's in the suite, and then I added the gilded gems. So basically these are really exactly the same. Then this morning I thought, you know, what would that look like if I used Pool Party and Bermuda Bay? So here's one of those, and I have that little doohickey. And where does that come from? It's the well, I can't. Do I have them here? Oh, yes, I do. I thought maybe I'd put them somewhere else. But they are the flower faceted gems that come in Pool Party, Daffodil Delight, and then the terracotta tile. So I added that little one in the bow, and I thought that was just so cute because I didn't know what other bling to put on there, and I thought that's just perfect. So there are 3 cards using the same things, and I hope you guys like them. All right, let me clean up my mess, and we will move on. And so Janet said that was right. She's glad to be home. The 2-week cruise ended up being 4 weeks. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm a huge fan of cruising, but I don't really know if I'd want to cruise for 4 weeks. That's a long time, especially when you're not prepared for that. And of course, when you're, you know, kind of terrified because there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on. So I'm glad you're home and you're home safe. I'm assuming you're quarantining yourself. I'm assuming that was something that you guys had to do when you got off, was to be quarantined for a while. So you can watch me stamp. So yay. All right. What am I pushing that on? Okay, I'm going to just kind of get those, since my stamp cleaner pad isn't super clean, it's not going to take ink off perfectly. So I don't want to use all of what I have. Did you hear that? That's a stamp down. That's a stamp being tossed onto the floor because I missed the bucket. Okay, moving on. Oh, let's do this. Okay, so this next card does use, I'm going to move these out of the way now. I know you're sorry to see them go because they are amazing. The next one uses our, oh my gosh, I totally forgot what it's called. When all fails, get the catalog out, right? Okay. Punches. What does that say? 186. It's a punch box, but I can't remember what it's actually called. Let's say delightful something, but I'm probably wrong. Why isn't that punch on here? Well, where would I be if I was a punch box? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is embarrassing. I am so sorry. If anybody's on here, a demonstrator, and want to help me out here and tell me what page this thing is on, that would be awesome. Oh, no. Oh my gosh, I am so embarrassed. Well, I'm going to hope that somebody's watching me and can tell me where this is in the book, and then I'll tell you guys. Anywho, we're using this beautiful punch box. If you purchase the punch box, you don't get all these cards, but you get a stamp set and a block and 2 ink spots, Grapefruit Grove and Night of Navy. Now, Grapefruit Grove is leaving us, so I'm assuming this punch box is going to be retiring. And then we have this punch, and it's called whatever the box is called that I can't remember. Somebody please help me. It's under kits. Vicki says it's under kits. All right, let's go for kits. Oh, kits, page 200. Okay. So we have that. That's not it. That's not it. Vicki, I don't see it here. Anyone else have an idea? Nope. All right. We'll hope that someone else can help us, Vicki, because apparently neither one of us know what's going on. Well, you probably know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So anyways, here are all the images in the stamp set. Really cute. They all coordinate with this punch, whatever it's called. And then I do have a ton of cards. I actually have a video on my YouTube channel. If you go to Barb Stamps on YouTube and put in the name of this box, whatever it is, I've got a video that shows you all these cards and tells you all about them and all that good stuff. So there's a ton here. They're all really cute. It's really fun. And yeah, so we're going to use this punch box with our fabulous Ornate Garden Designer Series paper. Okay, let me I'm going to go ahead and just use the block that's in here, and I'm going to use the Thinking of You sentiment. Okay, gosh, what if this isn't even an item that's in the catalog anymore? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Let's hope it is. Okay, so we got our stamp on our block. We have an ink pad. We need the punch. We're using the ribbon that comes in that Ornate Garden suite. We're going to use, I think the terracotta tile is what I chose to use for this. We're going to use this little kind of scrolly image. Page 94 says Beth. Beth, you are my flippin' hero today. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Okay. 94. Oh, thank you, Beth. Darling label punch box. Okay, so here it is in the catalog. I'm assuming, like I said, it's going to retire because it's got the Grapefruit Grove ink spot in it, which doesn't necessarily mean that the punch won't come back in our next catalog. I have no idea. So anyways, it's on page 94, and it is $45, and you get everything that I showed you in addition to the amazing box that you can use for some storage of stuff. Okay, Beth, you're my hero. Thank you so much. Okay, now I got myself confuzzled here. Okay, so we're also using this little scrolly corner piece out of the Ornate Style stamp set. Got that right here. And then here is my cardstock. Oh, oops, I have the wrong ink pad. No worries, I got it right here. We need terracotta tile, not old olive. Although we might need both. Yeah, we probably do. I think I was going to do my sentiment in the old olive. Ooh, that's not old olive. There we go. Okay, so here's the block. And honestly, these little blocks, if you don't have any blocks, they're fine. But I prefer our bigger blocks. I think they're easier to handle. So there's just a little tip for you. But it's nice that it comes in there. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer's also telling us what page it's on, so yay. All right, so we're going to use the Darling label. And we're going to crop this out, and I'm pushing it down just a little bit so it's not completely in the center because I'm going to put a little bow on the top of it. So, there. Okay. And we're using this pattern of the Designer Series paper. One side has the gold accents with the mint macaron, then this side has these adorable small little flowers. This piece is 3 by 4. And I'm going to add some glue to the back. And then my little piece of old olive is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So when I'm layering things, I either make them 1/8 of an inch bigger or a quarter, depending, you know, how much I want to show. And so this one, I just wanted it to be just a little bit. So we're going to go like that. Okay. Then we're going to end up putting this on here. And now I wasn't sure because I'm going to end up sticking this right here. Oh, you know what I'll do? Maybe I'll just do one. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to ink up this little scrolly corner piece. And I'm only going to put it up here in the corner. And these little lined things, Stampin' Up! Used to sell these for our clear blocks. And I just love them. And so I keep using them. We don't sell them anymore, but they're really cool. Okay, so we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this. Find some dimensionals. Ooh, right in the ink. That's nice. Where is Kleenex or something so that I don't end up getting that on my fingers at some point. Okay. Back to what we were doing before we were interrupted by Barb being crazy. Oh, I have to show you guys something. Okay, as you probably are aware, I have 0 fingernails. I've never had fingernails. It's just not something I do. I could get fake ones, but I don't care that much. So today I whacked my finger, this one, my middle one, on a chair, and it broke way down here. I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but this part of my nail that is broken, it's like connected to skin, so I can't pull it off. Otherwise, you know what happens. Pain and agony and blood, and I don't want any of that stuff. So I just kind of clipped it as close as I could and filed it down, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, the minute I hit the chair, I was like, oh my. And because like I said, my nails are super short. So when I break one, it's a bad deal. Okay. We're going to try to center this. That is probably my biggest struggle in life, is centering things, because my eyes are so terrible and I just am too lazy to get them fixed. Yeah, I know. You guys are all like, what the heck is your problem, Barb? I don't know. I'm just lazy. Okay. So I have another piece of the Designer Series paper. It's the old olive with the gold. And this is the back side of that piece. I cut this out with my Layering Circles dies. This would be number 5, which is from the middle. So the tiniest one is 1. This is number 5. I think it measures about 1 7/8-ish. And I'm just going to add this to the circle. This is a super easy layout, you guys. You can do like any of these stamps in this set would work great for this. Okay, so we have that there. So I'm just going to add some glue kind of right here in the corner, since it's only going to be in the corner. About like so. And then I have a bow that I already tied, but I'll show you again in case we have some new people watching. I just make 2 rabbit ears. And when I make the bows, I make sure that the ribbon stays nice and flat. So I don't like twist it around when I'm making my bows. Between no manicures and no hair curling, it's going to get ugly quickly. Oh my gosh, Kathy, my hair appointment was supposed to be Tuesday. This coming up Tuesday. So the gray root grow out that I have going on right now is probably about 3/4 of an inch. Because I'm too cheap to go 5 weeks, I always go 6. So normally I use my chocolate chip ink, as I've talked about before, and a sponge dauber to, you know, if I'm going out somewhere. If I'm at home, I don't really care what my hair looks like. Anyways, that's how I make a bow. But the longer it gets, the less effective chocolate chip ink is. And I'm going to put the bow up here. And so I actually used to color my own hair many years ago. I colored my own hair. But I mean, I can't put highlights, you know, in it by myself. So I've been going to my hairdresser now for, I don't even know, 7 years. She's amazing. But of course, she can't work now. And so unfortunately, I'm going to be forced into doing my own hair. And I'm kind of, you know what, Kathy? After I'm done demonstrating, I'll flip the camera and I'll show you guys how I color my hair with chocolate chip ink. So yes. Hi, Barb. Couldn't say hi because I was watching from YouTube. Awesome, Jerry. No problem. Okay. So this is the card. Super simple, cute. You could put any sentiment on there. You could jazz up the inside if you want. And then here's another one I made using another pattern of paper in the set. A different sentiment that's in this stamp set, the one that says hello. I did put the little scrolly corner image in both spots, and then the ribbon. So there's 2 cards exactly the same. And this was my inspiration. This was a card that I got in a swap, I think last year when the punch box went live, when it was first introduced. And this is a card I got in a swap. And so I just copied that layout, and there are my 2 cards. Now here's another card I made today. This is one that I was maybe going to demonstrate for you guys, but then I really wanted to use this paper because it's so pretty. Beth has to color with basic gray. You know, I used to be crumb cake, but now my hair is darker, so now I'm chocolate chip. And I'm going to have to go into early espresso as soon as my re-inkers of chocolate chip run out. So here's a card that I did make earlier that I was maybe going to demonstrate for you guys, but I decided to do this one instead. So this uses the same thing, the punch box. This is the thanks image that's in there. And then I threw in some little sprigs behind that, and then some of the purple posy ribbon. And this is the country floral folder and purple posy cardstock. So there you go. All right, moving on to our final project, and then I will show you how I color my hair. It's going to be amazing. You guys are going to love it, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I think my hairdresser would be laughing her head off because I've told her that that's what I do in between colors. You know, I put the chocolate chip ink on my head, and she always just shakes her head. She goes, you know, you could come in earlier. And I'm like, well, you know, I know, but I'm cheap because getting your hair done is expensive. I mean, you know, it's like $100, $110 after you add the tip in. And it's expensive. And not that she's not worth it, because she absolutely is, but I just I can't do it. Okay. Let me bring in the final project pieces. We are going to be using the Welcome Easter stamp set again. We used it last week. I think it was last week, or was it the week before? I can't remember. But we made this cute little box that I designed myself. I am so amazed at myself that I could actually design this. And then it has a little insert layer in here that you can put in for Reese's peanut butter cups, the mini ones. You're kind of wondering, where are the Reese's peanut butter cups? They're in my belly. But the box is too cute. I couldn't throw the box out. So that's what happens when there's candy down here. I eat it. Especially now. I don't know. Are you guys the same? I just cannot stop eating. I mean, I'm finding myself just wanting to go in the kitchen to eat more snacks. And I don't always do that. But for some reason, because I can't leave my house, even though I wouldn't leave anyway, I feel like I have to eat. It's the dumbest thing ever. But it is what it is. Okay. Then I have a piece of our designer series paper. This is the 2018-2020 in color designer series paper. This is going to be retiring all these colors. Like I said a little earlier, we've got the lovely lipstick, blueberry bushel, grapefruit grove, pineapple punch, and the call me clover, and they're all retiring. So I pulled this piece out. It's a little bit bright, but it's going to make a super cute Easter basket. And then this is the Brights package, and I'm pulling this out only because I have another basket that I made in another color that I'm going to show you as soon as I'm done with this. Okay, moving on. Then we have some Stampin' Blends markers, and we have some paper. Here's the strip for a handle. Oh my, I hope my family's going to get that. Oh, sorry. It's actually my brother-in-law, probably calling for my husband. So I'm just going to talk over it. Okay. So here is my layer of white. I don't want to just turn it off. I don't know how to turn it off. It's not my cell phone. It's my landline. So, okay. There we go. Bye, Dennis. We'll call you back. Okay. So I've got this super cute little chick out of the Welcome Easter set. And I'm going to stamp him right down here. Corner. And then I'm going to color him in just a moment. I'm going to let that dry just a couple of seconds while I make the basket. So where's my paper trimmer? Here it is. Okay, so this piece is a 6x6. That's how they come in those packages. They're 6x6. And so I'm going to cut this and score this. So I'm going to score it at 2 inches. Well, this is 4, so I'm going to go 4 and 2. Okay. So there's the 2 or 4, and here's 2. Okay. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to score it at 4 and slide it over to 2. And a lot of you have probably seen this basket before because they're everywhere, and they're super cute, and they're super easy to make. So then I'm going to bring my blade down to the 2-inch mark. I'm going to kind of pick it up, bring it down here to 4, and cut again. Move this back to the 4-inch mark. Come down to 2. Lift it up, come down to 4, and cut again. So this is what I have now. So I have all these cuts and scores. So I'm going to fold this on my score lines. I think these card baskets have been around. I have been a demonstrator. My anniversary is this month. In fact, my anniversary is a week from today, if that's right. April 9th. Is April 9th next Tuesday? I think it is. Or not next Tuesday. Oh, I'll be live on my anniversary. How fun is that? Anywho. Oh, Evelyn, you're hilarious. Evelyn said she just wanted to answer her phone. Sorry. It's just my brother-in-law. He's calling everyone. My anniversary. So I've been demonstrating for 17 years. And I think this is like one of those boxes that came, it was like the very first box or basket that I ever made. And now, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of bring the ends together, bring the sides together on both sides, and we're going to staple them. Now you can put the whole thing together if you want and make a little square box, which is super cute. You can have these as far apart as you want or as tight as you want. It's totally up to you. So, but what you want to make sure is that your V here is about the same. Whoops. So, I mean, you wouldn't want it like that. You can totally tell that that's weird. And then, Jerry, you said giveaway question mark. I don't know what that means. So, elaborate for me, please. Okay, so I've got a stapler here. And so I'm going to staple it so that the pokey ends are out, because I'm going to cover this up so that the inside is nice and flat. Okay. I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to try to mimic my V on the other side as close as I can get it. Okay. There we go. Oh, wouldn't you know it? My stapler just ran out of staples. Okay, hold on. If any of you guys have this stapler, it's an old stapler that Stampin' Up! Came out with a number of years ago, but it's really a cool one. I made 17 of them before the virus. I guess I'll save them for next year. You could leave them out for like a UPS person or a postal employee. Anniversary giveaway. Oh, I'm sure I'll do something, Jerry. I just kind of just realized that my anniversary is coming up. And so now I got to figure out what I'm going to do. So yes, I'm sure I will do something. Okay. Whoops. Let's get this back in action here. There. Okay. So now we have basically the basket, okay? Then I have the handle, which is a 3 1/4, 7/8 inch-ish piece of the pineapple punch, and I'm just going to do that so it is nice and rounded. Then I'm going to add some glue on both sides of the end, okay? Just right there at the end. And then I'm going to tuck it down. So I'm going to tuck it down between the flat piece in the middle and the two pieces that are kind of V'd, and you want it centered in there. Okay, calls for a party. I know, I cannot believe I've been doing this for 17 years. I moved here. We moved to Wyoming in, what was it, 1999 or 2000. Anyways, I had been ordering from a gal in Montana where I used to live. And to keep ordering from her, I had to pay like double shipping. 17 years, Beth. And I would have had to pay double shipping because she had to have it shipped to her, and then she'd, you know, part it out, and then she would mail it to me. So I had to pay double shipping. So I decided, why would I not just become a demonstrator myself? And I had no intentions of selling one item to anyone ever, just myself. And so I was a demonstrator for a while in Moorcroft, just buying things for myself, you know, making treats for my nieces and nephews and mailing them to them and everything. And then we moved to Sheridan, and I was, oh no, I signed up when I was in Sheridan. I was buying when I was in Moorcroft. I signed up when I moved to Sheridan. I think I had a 6-month-old kid at the time. So I had a 2-year-old daughter and a 6-month-old son. So I signed up. I don't even know who I signed up under. Somebody random, which was actually kind of stupid. But anyway, I did what I did. And, I wasn't going to sell anything. And then I had a gal locally who I knew through MOPS say she wanted me to do a party for her. Well, I was terrified. I thought, oh my God, I can't do a party for somebody. I don't want to do a party for someone. Anyways, I did. And that just led to another party. And here I am today. So yeah, 17 years later. All right, so I've got Pineapple Punch Stampin' Blends markers, and I'm going to color the body and the head of my little chick friend here. Okay. And this is the light, so I'm starting with the light. Oh, my eyes are playing tricks on me. I don't know if this is like too bright and I can't even see. Oh, I always forget to color this wing for some reason. Okay, then I've got the dark, and I'm going to bring some dark in here, a little bit right there on this wing here, maybe around the head on this side, and maybe down that side. So now I've got the dark in there, so now I'm going to bring back my light and blend the dark out. And I am by no means a professional alcohol marker colorist. Just want to throw that out there. I can color, kind of. Okay. Then I have the dark Mango Melody, and I'm going to do his or her little feet and nose, beak, I guess, not a nose. And this, whatever this little thing is called on their head, I cannot remember. Okay, I need a punch. Where is my punch? Here it is. Okay, so we're gonna crop that. Oh, I did not do that very well. Well, this one's not going to be as good because I didn't leave enough room. But who's going to know? All right. Then, let's see. Vicki says she still has her 2004 catalog that I gave her. Yes, I met Vicki at a party here in town, and Vicki is one of my downlines. So, yay, Vicki. We've had many parties together and super, super amounts of fun. All right. So, yes, you guys should all join my team so we can all have fun. Anywho, this is one of the scallop circles out of the layering circles, and I don't remember which one this is. But if you have them, it's the one that's just slightly larger than the 2-inch circle punch. A comb. Thank you, Jerry. Geez, I do not know animal lingo very well at all. In fact, here's a funny story. We have geese in our yard and pheasants and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, there was a whole bunch of them outside my patio door here. I don't remember, last year sometime. And I said to my son, I said, oh my gosh, there is a whole bunch of gigantic ducks out here. And he comes out and he's like, what? He looks outside and he said, Mother, those are geese. They're not gigantic ducks. So that's the big joke around here now. Whenever anyone sees a goose outside in the yard, Mom, it's a gigantic duck. Because they think they're so funny. They're not. But it is kind of funny because duh. A gigantic duck, whatever. Okay, so I'm layering these two little guys on the side. So now my staples are covered up. Now, I'm going to make some little shreddies to go in there. And I need a scrap that I forgot to get. Here's a scissor. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that. It doesn't have to be perfect because obviously this is not. So I'm going to run this with my bone folder like I'm curling ribbon just a bit. Okay, a couple times. Then I would just snip these off. And I would snip off a ton of them. And again, they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be even because it does not matter at all. Okay, so you do that a bunch of times. Then you get a little pile. And then you just kind of smash them. Okay, this is the way you can have your shred match your projects. Now, if you don't care, you probably have some shred in your closet that you can get. But I just had a shred party this afternoon and I made a whole bunch. Okay, so we're going to toss some shred in there. Then, look what I found. Jerry's going to love this. At Winco, I found these super adorable little, oh, whoops, eggs. I bought these, oh, probably a month and a half ago, the last time I was in Billings. Anyway, aren't they cute? And they have these little paw prints. So anyway, I thought I'd throw a few of these into my little basket here with some Rolos and a little more shred and a couple more eggs and a couple of Rolos. And then there we have it. A super cute box. Everything or not box, basket. Easter basket, Barb. Come on, get a grip. So we have this adorable little Easter basket. Then here's one that I did opposite. So this is Mango Melody paper, and then the Pineapple Punch little thing. So I have 2 children, so maybe this is their Easter baskets this year. I'm going to hide these, and they'll be looking for their gigantic ones, and they'll never find them. Hee hee hee, joke's on you, kids. So those are my 2 little Easter baskets. So let me get my other cards out here. I'll show you the cards, and then I'll flip the camera around and show you my little technique about coloring your hair with sponge dauber and ink. Okay. Here's these 2. And then our final trick of the day was these. All right, so I'm going to leave those there for 1 second while I grab my ink. Okay. Here's my ink spot. Get my chair here, and we'll flip the camera back around. Okay. So be sure to share the video, guys, and like it and all that good stuff. Okay, so here we go. Okay, now, of course, I did this before I went live, so it doesn't look that bad. Okay, you know, you can see that. You probably can tell there's a little bit of gray, but look what happens if I do this. Look at that. That's gray. That's bad. So I have an ink spot here, right? I literally just rub it all on where the gray is. And I only do it on my part line. I only do it where people can actually see it. But look at that. Look at the difference that makes. Isn't that amazing? And I just rub it on there. Now, if you don't have an ink spot, you can use just a regular ink pad. I highly recommend, if you do that, get an ink pad that's dedicated to your hair. You don't want to use an ink pad and, you know, get oils and stuff from your hair and then get it in your ink pad that you're going to use for stamping. So definitely get yourself an ink pad, whatever color you think you might be, and a sponge dauber. And then you can just do that yourself. So yeah, like I said, I mean, wow, look at how gray my hair is. It's so bad right now, you guys. And I literally just rub it on there. And then I just re-ink this. I just re-ink it when it's time. And yeah, look, it works so good. This stuff is non-toxic. It's water-based. You could literally eat this, so it's not going to hurt you. Yeah, it's perfect for scrapbooking too. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you learned something fun. Remember that if you purchase that suite of products from me, the Ornate Garden suite of products, here is the item code 154153. I'm sure it's backwards, but that's what it is. I will give you my online class for free. I will give you the pre-cut cardstock kit for free. I will give you a 20 project tutorial for free. The class includes 8 cards and a box set of 4. So you're getting 12 cards, a box, 20 ideas. I just showed you 2 more ideas here. I made a video yesterday, another idea. So you're going to find a ton of ideas from me using that thing. So anyway, thanks again for watching, you guys, and have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week. It's my anniversary, remember? All right. Bye, guys.